Did you know money has secrets that will blow your mind? Some are strange, some are unbelievable, and one of them is hiding in your wallet right now. Stick around for all 10 facts, because number 9 will genuinely shock you. Let's kick things off with a classic, the $1 bill. You see them everywhere, right? But did you know there are more $1 bills in circulation in the United States than any other denomination? It's true. While we hear a lot about $100 bills, the humble single is the workhorse of American cash. As of the latest data, there are over 14 billion $1 bills floating around the globe. They have an average lifespan of just over 6.5 years before they get too worn out and are taken out of circulation. So next time you're holding a crisp $1 bill, remember you're holding the most common piece of U.S. currency. It's the little guy that keeps the world of cash spinning. Now, let's talk about what's jangling in your pocket. Ever wonder why old coins look so different? That's because they used to be made of pure precious metals. For centuries, the value of a coin was directly tied to the gold or silver it contained. This is where the term sound money comes from. You could literally melt down a coin and the metal itself would be worth the coin's face value. But today, not so much. Modern coins are mostly made of cheaper alloys like copper, zinc, and nickel. For example, a U.S. quarter is now made of cupronickel, which is a copper-nickel alloy. This change happened because the value of the precious metals started to exceed the face value of the coins, leading people to hoard or melt them down. So while today's coins are durable, they're no longer the treasure they once were. Imagine a single piece of paper worth $100,000. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, it was real. The largest banknote ever printed by the U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing was the $100,000 gold certificate, Series 1934. It featured a portrait of President Woodrow Wilson. But don't expect to find one of these in an old attic. These notes were never intended for public circulation. They were used exclusively for transactions between Federal Reserve banks. This was during a time before sophisticated electronic transfers, so moving large sums of money meant physically moving these high-denomination notes. The government stopped printing them after just a few weeks, and most were later destroyed, making the surviving ones incredibly rare museum pieces. Here's a fact that might make you look at your cash differently. What we call paper money isn't actually made of paper. If it were, it would fall apart after one trip through the washing machine. Instead, U.S. currency is made from a special blend of 75% cotton and 25% linen. This unique composition gives it that distinct feel and, more importantly, makes it incredibly durable. It can be folded thousands of times before it tears. This cotton and linen fabric is supplied by a single company, Crane & Co., which has been providing the paper for U.S. currency since 1879. So the next time you handle a bill, take a moment to appreciate that it's more like a piece of high-quality fabric than a page from a book. It's built to last through all of life's transactions. Think coins are always metal? Think again. Throughout history, when metal was scarce, people got incredibly creative with what they used for money. Some of the weirdest forms of currency weren't round and shiny at all. In some parts of Russia and Alaska, coins were once made of leather. In 18th century Germany, the city of Meissen produced beautiful porcelain coins that are now highly collectible. And during difficult times like the Great Depression, some communities in the United States even issued temporary money made from wood, often called wooden nickels. These alternative materials show just how resourceful humans can be. Money is ultimately about a shared agreement of value, and as long as people agree it's worth something, it can be made out of almost anything. If you like these facts, help us out. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. Sharing is caring, so send this to a friend who loves weird facts. Alright, back to it. Let's talk about the humble penny. It features the face of Abraham Lincoln and has been a staple of American currency for over a century. But here's the ironic twist. It costs more to make a penny than it's actually worth. As of the latest figures from the U.S. Mint, it costs about 2.7 cents to produce and distribute a 1-cent coin. This is because the price of zinc and copper, the metals used to make pennies, has risen over the years. This has led to a long-running debate about whether the U.S. should eliminate the penny altogether, like Canada did. For now, the penny remains, but it's literally a money-losing operation for the government, costing taxpayers millions of dollars each year. You think inflation is bad now? Let me tell you about Zimbabwe. In the late 2000s, the country experienced one of the most extreme cases of hyperinflation in modern history. Prices were doubling almost every single day. To keep up, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe had to print banknotes with more and more zeros. It started with millions, then billions, and eventually they issued a $100 trillion banknote. That's a one with 14 zeros after it. At its peak, this massive note was barely enough to buy a loaf of bread. The situation became so unmanageable that the government eventually abandoned its own currency and allowed people to use foreign currencies like the US dollar instead. It's a powerful and scary reminder of what happens when a currency's value completely collapses. From cash to plastic. It's hard to imagine life without credit cards, but they're a relatively recent invention. The concept was born in 1950 with the creation of the Diners Club card. The idea famously came to its founder, Frank McNamara, when he realized he had forgotten his wallet while dining at a restaurant. He thought, what if there was a card you could use to pay everywhere? The first cards were made of cardboard and were only accepted at a handful of New York City restaurants. But the idea quickly caught on. By the late 1950s, major banks launched their own credit card programs, and the plastic revolution began. Today, there are billions of credit cards in use worldwide, completely changing the way we shop, travel, and manage our finances. Okay, here's the fact I promise would shock you. Pull out a $20 bill if you have one, and if you have a black light, get ready for a surprise. Under a UV light, a hidden security thread in the bill glows a bright green. This is one of several advanced security features designed to thwart counterfeiters. Different denominations glow in different colors. The $100 bill glows pink, the $50 glows yellow, and the $10 glows orange. The $5 bill glows blue. These threads are embedded into the paper, not printed on it, making them incredibly difficult to replicate. So, your money has a secret, colorful life that you can only see in the dark. It's like a hidden message from the Treasury, telling you your cash is the real deal. Finally, let's demystify a common phrase, legal tender. You often see, this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private, printed on US currency. Many people think this means a store has to accept your cash no matter what. But that's not entirely true. Legal tender means that if you owe someone a debt, they must accept your cash payment to settle it. However, a private business, like a store or restaurant, can set its own rules and refuse to accept cash or certain denominations for a purchase. That's why you see signs that say no bills over $20 or card only. As long as they're not settling a pre-existing debt, they have the right to refuse cash. It's a subtle but important distinction in the world of money. And that's a wrap on 10 strange money facts. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more amazing videos just like this one. See you next time.